Okay, so now we are moving on to applying our first test. Before that, we need to apply some descriptive statistics. I will show you guys. This is one of our article that is on organ donation, and it was a cross-sectional study. Okay, I will show you. I will take you guys into the result section. Mm, yes, here are the result introduction, methodology. Here are the results. Okay, so we have written the results obtained were there were these many students and these were males, these were female. How these many people were all the descriptive statistics. They were this, and the majority of the student believed organ donation after death is an appreciable act. All the descriptive statistics of the stuff. Okay, willingness to donate organs after birth, shockingly, and how many have joined the transplantation society. I'm not applying any test. I'm just describing my data. Okay, majority of students reported this and that, and then at the end we have done the chi-square test and explained it. Okay, so if you come across this one, what I normally do whenever I am analyzing my data, as I told you guys beforehand, I just take some time to look at my data. Is the missing variables being corrected? Are the labels added being perfectly properly? What are the different variables I am having? And the first thing I have to see is, yes, I will have to describe my data before even moving on to the normality that we discussed beforehand. I just need to describe my data first. How can I move to the test if I have not described or I have not run the descriptive statistics? Okay, so I will just clean my data, transform it if I have the different scorings and stuff. Now I'll move on to the describing it. So descriptive statistics, I will move on to the descriptive statistic, that is analyze descriptive stats frequencies. Okay, now I am here. I will put this back. What I do is I choose all of them. Okay, even what ideally I should be doing is I should not be including um the numerical variable because they would be just disturbing the data. Okay, I place them all here. I press the display frequency tables, and it's also saying create APA style, the American Physiological Association style table. Okay, that's cool. Make them also, and I will press all of these things: mean, median, mode. I need them, and skewness and curtices. I don't know. I want the minimum, maximum, and the ranges, and the standard deviation also. Okay, and I press continue. In the charts, I don't need any of them right now. What about the formatting? Nothing of that sort, and no styling. Okay. So I press the OK button, and here all my data is shown of these variables. Okay. So it's saying that you had 58.8% females and 41.2% males and 11.8%. So I will be describing this data firstly in my result section. We conducted a study and they were 58.8% females and is equal to 10, and 41.2% males out of 17 total. Okay. And how about the medical students? 11.8 were in first year, 11.8 for this. So, like that stuff. How many people had pain in their joints in the last week? My 11.8 people had mild pain, and 76.5 had no pain. Okay. So, I'll just be describing my data through these descriptive values. Okay. But still, for those variables that are the continuous, it has also calculated the mean, mode, median, and I will also be using them to describe my data. So this is the first step that you have to do is the descriptive stats. Okay. Next step that we will be doing is the chi-square test. Okay. After describing my data and after I have written it like this, that is 49% people and is equal to this one, I will now move on to the second step, that is the applying my testing. Okay, so I will go into analyze. This is the most basic test, the categorical chi-square test, and it is mostly applied in all the researches that are there because it does not depend on anything like that sort, that it should be numeric, it should be parametric and stuff like that. The only requirement for to apply a chi-square test is that you should be having two categorical variable like female and fourth year. Okay, or next one, I did this. Okay, so I put gender here And next one was the fatigue. Okay. So we extreme fatigue, low fatigue, moderate fatigue. And then we will press the statistics portion and the chi-square value. Okay. And then I will press the OK. Okay, so this is the male and the female, and now here we have the Pearson chi-square value. How much is it? It's more than 0.05. If it is more than 0.05, that means that the data is not significant. Okay, and if the data is not significant, that means that it was just by chance that we got these values. Because our sample size is so less, 17%, 17 people only, there are more chances of the data being not significant. For a cross-sectional study, you need to have a data of around 300. But if it was significant, if it is not significant, I can simply write there is no relation between gender and stiffness. But imagine that if it was less than 0.05. What would I have done? I would have written there is a significant relation between gender and stiffness. And what is the relationship showing me? That males have more low stiffness, but females have more for moderate level of stiffness. And females also have more extreme level of stiffness as compared to males. So this would how I will be analyzing my chi-square. Let me take up another example. Analyze descriptive stats, cross tab, gender, aside from gender, let's take year of MBBS. Statistics, chi-square, continue. Okay. Here we have written again, okay, the chi-square value is again not significant because our sample size is very small. If it was big, we would have seen it betterly. But suppose it is significant, it is more than 0. Uh, Pearson chi-square value, it's more than, it's less than 0.05. So we will be analyzing this as fourth year has more chances of low stiffness, and also it has more moderate level of stiffness and extreme level of stiffness as compared to all the other years. Okay. So, but after describing the significance, you have to explain the table above. Okay. So, this was about the chi-square. Let me just superficially go through the stuff. We ran the descriptive statistics, we replaced the missing values, and we transformed the variables, computed them, cleared the data set, and applied one test that was the chi-square test. Okay. One thing more that I want to show you guys, normality we have discussed already. Yeah, we have to start from here. Okay, so here you will first write about the test and determine if it's significant, state what was your hypothesis, and then write the result. Okay. Similarly, what is a null hypothesis? Null hypothesis is a boring hypothesis that there is no difference, and it is mostly when it is more than 0.05. Missing value, we have already done a hands-on workshop. These are the choosing the statistical test. Okay, so we will be dealing with this in the next session.